تم بدء التسجيل.
Sorry, I think the talk did not start. The talk is going to start now due to some technical problems with the system. The talk recording is starting now. So if you can all hear me now, give me the green tick. If you cannot hear me, give me the red tick. So now all of you can hear me. That is good. I was saying that we are going to start. Our first lecture. During the first 40 minutes, I will not take any questions. So kindly don't raise your hand. Just concentrate on whatever I am teaching and prepare your questions. In the last 15 minutes, I will take questions and answer those questions just as I had to notice here. The book that we are using, this book is now being provided to all of the campuses. The book is titled Introduction to Information Systems. I will write down the name of the book at the end of the lecture. It is the 16th edition. It is written by Marcus and O'Brien. It may have been provided to you or may be provided in a short while, maybe within the next week or so, or you can download the soft copy of the book. I have found the soft copy of the 15th edition of the book in PDF form is already available. You can easily access it. There are very small differences between the 15th edition and 16th edition. You can use the book as well as whatever we are learning here for your assignments or the homework that is being given to you. Now, starting our lecture, during this lecture, I will be telling you which particular slides relate to which particular page of the book whenever I find it necessary. So let's start with the second slide of the chapter. The second, third and fourth slide give us the learning objectives of this chapter. The first objective of this chapter is to understand the concepts of the system and how it relates to information system. Now the first thing that you have to understand, which is also given in the book, is not everything is a system. Not everything can be considered as a system. We consider something as a system if it follows some defined process. So a system can be, for example, we humans are systems because we follow a particular process. For example, our respiratory system, the way we breathe, is a process. That process makes us a system. On the other hand, just talking is not a system. Until and unless I talk in a lecture, then it is part of a system. So not everything is a system. Only those things are considered as a system which follow a process. So we will see if the information systems are actually systems or not. Information systems will become systems if they follow a process. Secondly, in this lecture we will understand why it is important to use information systems in the business. What are the major areas of information systems knowledge that businesses need to understand? In the next slide, slide number 3, the third learning objective is we will give some examples from the book to illustrate how information systems can be useful for the organization. We will talk of two major case studies from your book, which will tell you how the organizations have benefited from the use of information systems, how the organizations can take advantage if they use information systems. Also, in this lecture, we will give certain examples of major information systems that all of us may have experienced during our life. Our fifth learning objective is to identify whether information systems are really easy to be implemented in the organization, or information systems face some kind of challenges when we want to introduce information system in an organization, or when we want to change the information system of an organization to a better information system. Do we face some kind of challenges? Is it easy or is it difficult? We will learn about this. We will also see what are the components of information system, how these information systems use people, hardware, software, data, the 5 major components that we discussed in our last lecture, how all of these components fit within an information system. Also, we will see the last learning objective present on the slide number 4 is what kind of careers you can adopt when you become a professional information system developer or information system practitioner. What kind of careers wait? Are these good enough careers? Do these provide good enough jobs? Are these interesting? Are these professions have the potential to last in the next few years? Are these reducing or increasing? We will talk about these. So these are the learning objectives that we are going to discuss in this lecture. If you have understood these learning objectives clearly, kindly tick the green. If you haven't understood, kindly tick the red. Seems from the sample that many of you have understood, but some of you have not been able to understand the objectives. But as we will move in the class, you will be able to understand the objectives in more clarity, inshallah. So we move further and we move in the first section of this chapter, that is foundation concepts of information systems. Now, you have to realize that computers and information systems are two different things. Second major concept from today's lecture, information system is one thing and computers are a different thing. When there were no computers, information systems were still there. For example, if I am running a business and I have a register like this, and I use pen and pencil to write the data about my customers, to write the data about my business, about my daily transactions, about my profit and my loss, that will still be an information system. So as you see on the 6th slide, the first bullet, information systems have always been an integral part of any business. All of the ledgers, all of the accounts, all of the books that businesses have maintained since centuries are their information systems. But with the passage of time and with the introduction of computer science and associated technologies, the speed became an essence. Now we want information to be retrieved very quickly. So when we use other two concepts given in the second bullet of the same slide, slide number 6, when information systems use number 1, information technology, and number 2, internet technologies. Information technology and internet technologies, then these become the information systems of today. You see, there can be an information system which runs only on your computer. Your computers have access, your computers have access, your computers have database management systems. You can easily make an information system in Excel. You can make Or you can make Excel sheets. Those Excel sheets can work as your information system. That will be very fast as compared to manual information system, but that will also not meet the objectives of today, because today the organizations are scattered all over the place. Today the organizations are scattered in many cities. The organization needs to collect data about all of its outlets in one place, so they need internet as well. Today's information systems make use of IT, the computers, the hardware, the software, and the internet. Once these two components, IT and internet, combine with information systems, those become the information systems of today, which really improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the business process. Now these are three major terms that you have to understand. What is effectiveness and what is efficiency? These are two very important terms. Efficiency means that if I am given 1 hour to do something and my competitor has also been given 1 hour to do the same thing, we both have two different systems. With my system, within 1 hour, I can process 5,000 records, and my competitor with his system can process 3,000 records. Then my system is more efficient because it has done more work. Efficiency means throughput, how much work I have produced. And effectiveness means that if those 5,000 results that I have processed are incorrect, then my system is not effective. Effectiveness means how much my system has been able to meet the goals. So efficiency means throughput, how quick I am, how easy and how efficient I am to complete my work, and effectiveness means how I am able to meet the goals, to what degree I have been able to meet the goals. The process is what makes the system a system. If a system doesn't have processes within it, it cannot be called a system, because then anyone can do the work in any way. So information systems will work in only that organization which has some processes that information system follows. And today's information system will be IT based, internet based. When we have such kind of information system, it will improve the effectiveness and it will improve the efficiency of that organization. It will help in decision making and it will help in quick doing of the work. As you see in the 7th slide, they have put the same question that I just asked you. So if you see card catalogs in a library, are card catalogs in a library an information system? Yes, these are information systems, but these are not the information systems of today, because those card catalogs don't use information technology. Those card catalogs don't use internet. So it is an information system, but it is not a computer-based, IT-based information system. Similarly, you see the second last bullet of the 7th slide, the cash register at your favorite fast food restaurant. Is it an information system? Yes, it is an information system. If that cash register is internet-based, IT-based, it is an information system of today. If it is manual, it is an information system of past. A paper-based accounting ledger, it is also an information system, but it is not an information system of modern times. So all of these are information systems. Some of these are IT based, so those are the information systems of today, like smoke signals for communication. These are also information systems, but these are the information systems of centuries past. Today we use sensors for communication, which are IT based, internet based, so those make the information systems of today. But today's information systems have their framework surrounding within 5 major areas. Those 5 major areas are given on slide number 8, and in your book this diagram is present on page number 6. You can see this diagram when you will get the book on page number 6. This is the framework within which the information systems of today work. The first area of the framework is foundation concepts. Foundation concepts are, remember, every information system is made for a different reason. An information system that works in Walmart will be different from an information system that works in Coca-Cola, because behavior is different. One organization does something, the other organization does something else. The behavior is different. If I have to make an information system for Walmart, I will have to understand what Walmart does. If I have to make an information system for Coca-Cola, I have to understand what Coca-Cola does. So I have to understand the behavior, the technical side of my business, the managerial side of my business, the goals of my business. These are all foundation concepts. Then information technologies. That is the second part of framework. If I have to use information system in an organization, I have to understand what kind of information technology that organization can use. For example, take the example of a business running in Saudi Arabia. In Saudi Arabia, we have very modern and latest 3G and 4G networking technologies. We have DSL, we have wireless, we have so many modern technologies which are present in Saudi Arabia. So if a business has to use an information system in Saudi Arabia, they will make use of these techniques. In Saudi Arabia, we have very good computers, we have very good machines, we have excellent hardware. But let's take the example of another country, Tanzania, for example. So in Tanzania, there are many areas where DSL is not present. They provide internet over the telephone lines, copper-based lines. Take the example of, for example, Guinea-Bissau or many other countries. For example, take the example of Burma. In Burma, there are many places where internet is still provided using telephone lines. If an information system has to be established in Burma, the information technology will be different. And if it is to be established in Saudi Arabia, the information technology will be different. And similar is the case with other places. Third framework area is business application. This is a very important slide. So you have to take really good care of what we are talking here. Business application. Now, you have to remember that within an organization, there are many people doing many things, but not all of them need information systems. For example, let's take the example of our university, Saudi Electronic University. In Saudi Electronic University, there are many people who do the cleaning job. For example, there are many people who do the security job. There are many people who do the office management job, office housekeeping job. These people don't need information system. Means you cannot make an information system which can help the cleaners cleaning our desks. But then there are people who need information system in the organization. For example, there will be a division in the Saudi Electronic University which maintains the inventory. The machines, the hardware, the paper, they need an information system to keep track of all of the goods that they have. This is the business application that SEU needs. Similarly, in SEU, there will be clerks who will be maintaining record of all of the classes that have been taken. They need an information system. You have to remember that within an organization, there are certain areas where information system is required. Those areas are called business applications. If you want to make a successful information system, you have to understand where the information system is needed and where the information system is not needed. This is the third area of framework. The fourth area of framework is development process. Now you have to understand that every organization has its own requirements, and with those requirements, the development strategies change. For example, an organization requires an information system to be developed in, let's suppose, 18 months. And another organization wants an information system to be developed in 3 months. The method that the development team will follow to make an information system in 18 months will be different from the method to be followed to make the information system in 3 months. Because if a system is to be developed in 18 months, the same system cannot be developed in 3 months. The method will differ. The plan will also differ. Similarly, for example, you see there are many programming languages. There is C++, then there is C#, then there is Java, then there is PHP, .NET, so many languages. Every language has its own particular purpose. So, keeping in mind the needs of our client, the development process of making an information system changes. And the last area of framework is management challenges. How that information system will be deployed in the organization. Every organization has its own needs. In some organizations, some information systems are already working. So in those organizations, introducing a new information system can be easy. But in some other organizations, there may not be any information system already. And the people may not be computer literate. There the challenges will be high. So you have to understand what kind of challenges do we face. These are the 5 major areas within which any information system development methodology has to be developed. If you have understood this slide well, click on the green button. If you haven't understood or have some confusions, click on the red button, please. That shows that many of you have understood it. That is great. Let's move to our next slide, slide number 9. The fundamental role of IS in business. How can information systems help the organization? Means, if someone is running a business and that group or the person spends a huge amount of money in development of an information system or purchase of an information system, that is going to be a very expensive deal. And if someone is running a business, that person is running a business to make a profit. If that person is acquiring an information system, definitely he wants some kind of profit, some kind of benefit out of that information system. What kind of benefits can information systems give to the business? On the slide number 9, the first benefit is, the first and foremost, very important. If I want to have an information system, the first purpose of that information system is I want to have an advantage over my competitors. So for example, if my competitors are using an old version of SAP, if I have money, I would like to spend that money on acquiring a new version of SAP. Maybe the old version of SAP does not provide business intelligence. The newer version provides business intelligence. If I have business intelligence and my competitors don't have business intelligence, I am getting a competitive advantage. The first reason why someone wants to have an information system or a particular information system is because they want to have an advantage over their competitors, over the other people who are in the same business. I want to be more efficient than them. I want to be more effective than them. And with the help of information system, a computer-based information system, I can achieve that. Similarly, the second one, if there is no computer-based information system, then all the decision making is being done by people. No computers are there to help the people. When there are no computers to help the people, you can understand that as people, we can make mistakes. Our judgment can be faulty. Secondly, our decision making will be slow because we take time to read something. If I ask someone amongst you to search one word from one page of your book, you may take 1 or 2 minutes to search that word. But if I ask Google to search someone's name from whole of the internet, it may take a few milliseconds. the decision making becomes very fast when we are using computer-based information systems. That is the second role. And the third role is that if we use computer-based information systems, our business processes and operations become transparent, clear, free of corruption, and efficient. For example, let me give you an example that if I work in an organization which doesn't have an RFID-based attendance system, then maybe someone can think of coming late and marking on the attendance register. Since there is no RFID card, that person can just mark the attendance and no one can tell when he came. So for example, if he was supposed to come at 8 o'clock and he came at 12 o'clock and just mark the attendance on the register, that is fine for him. But if the organization has an RFID based attendance, then whenever that person will put his card in the system will record the time of his arrival and will instantly know that the person is late. So the operations will be clear, the operations will be efficient. If I have a register-based system, I will have to count everyone's 30 attendances to understand when he was absent and when he was present. But if I have an RFID-based system, it can count all of the attendance on its own within seconds. So my processes become efficient, my operations become transparent, honest, clear. That is the third major role of information systems in a business. This is figure number 1.3, page number 7, which we have just discussed in the slide 9. On the slide 10, our first case study from the book is given. So you will listen very carefully what we are talking here. Then when you go back, you will read the case study and you will understand it yourself. In this case study, a company, Wealth, has been discussed. Wealth is a company from whom customers buy their goods and then Wealth loads those goods that the customers have purchased on a truck and delivers those goods to the customers on their doorstep. For every customer, there is a separate truck. Now, Wealth noticed that when customers choose goods online, and then those goods are loaded on the truck. In many situations, the truck is not fully loaded because the customers have bought fewer things. In many cases, the truck is 40% loaded, 30%, 50%. So, when the truck reaches to the customer, it delivers half load, but the customer has to pay for the full load because customer has paid for the full truck. The customer's half payment of the truck goes wasted. When they used an information system, based on that information system's business intelligence component, they provided customers with some new features. Those features were, when customer was ordering goods, the system was keeping track of what goods the customer is ordering. For example, if the customer is ordering groceries, then the system knows that if customer is ordering groceries, the system recommended customers to buy some such groceries which the customer may have forgotten. For example, another example, if I go online and I ask that I want to buy a keyboard, buy a monitor, buy a mouse, buy a printer, buy a scanner, and that's it, then the business intelligence component understands that this customer is buying all components related to computers, but he hasn't asked about the CPU. So the system recommends me, don't you want to buy a CPU? And then I remember, yeah, I have forgotten, I have to buy a CPU as well. This helps two things. Number one, if the customer's truck is not fully loaded, the system keeps tracking when the customer's truck will be loaded. But at the same time, it doesn't sell to the customer what the customer doesn't want. The first question on slide number 10, this is the system that they have given. Is this system really helping the customers, or is it just an effort to sell more products? No, as you see, the way the system has been designed, it only points to the customer things which customer may need to buy but may have forgotten. So if the customer remembers those, that's a good thing, because customer doesn't have to order twice. Every time a new truck will be sent to the customer. So one time the customer will order all of the things. It is helping the customer in remembering things that he may possibly have forgotten. It is also informing the customer about special offers and discounts on relevant things that customer may like to buy, but he doesn't know about the discounts. And then it doesn't force the customer to buy those products. If the customer doesn't want to buy the product, he can refuse. So it is really helping the customers. That is the first question. And at the same time, it is helping the organization in two ways. Number one, the trucks are now moving at relatively higher filled capacity. It means the human resource is not sitting idle. If two people are moving with a truck which is half filled, they will dump the half filled truck on the customer's door, and the remaining time they will waste, because every truck has a defined time to reach at the destination and then back at the store. So since they had to unload half of the equipment, the remaining time is theirs. But when the truck is fully loaded, they spend all of their time. Their work is utilized, the truck is utilized, and at the same time, more goods are being sold. More goods which are relevant. So with the help of the information system, this organization has helped the customers as well as help themselves. This is the first case study that is taken from the book. If you have understood it, kindly click on the green signal. If you haven't understood it, kindly click on the red signal. Well, it seems that I need to repeat my case study again. I will repeat my case study so that all of you can understand it again. Welch have introduced an information system which uses business intelligence to, number one, track whether the goods ordered by the customer can fill the truck or not. If the goods ordered by the customer doesn't fill a truck, then it provides customer with information about the products that customer might like to buy, so that if the customer has forgotten those goods, the system can remind the customer and customer can buy those goods. And at the same time, if the truck is not fully loaded, with the help of those goods, the truck can be fully loaded. With the help of this system, the company is achieving two objectives. Number one, it is making the customers more loyal, because customers think that system understands their needs. System reminds them of goods that they should be buying, and it also helps the customers giving their due for what they have paid, because they have paid for the full truckload and the system wants to provide them with the full truckload. It is helping the customers. At the same time, it is helping the organization as well by giving the organization full utilization of their workforce time and their equipment. If the trucks are more loaded, it means their equipment is being utilized efficiently. And if the truck is more loaded, it means their human resource is working to their full capacity. And at the same time, it is helping the organization sell more. In helping the organization, giving their customers what they need in an efficient manner, and at the same time, if the customers don't want to buy the product, they can simply refuse it. So the information system is actually changing the business fortunes of this organization in a unique manner. This is an example to show how business intelligence and information systems can help the organizations achieving their goals. So if you haven't understood as yet, again click on the red sign, but if you have understood, kindly click on the green sign. So now it seems many of you have understood it clearly. You still have confusions. When you will be revisiting the recordings, you will be understanding it more clearly. Thank you so much for your feedback. We'll move further with our lecture. In the next few slides, trends in information systems have been given. The information systems started emerging in 1960s. In 1960s, there were very simple information systems like electronic data processing systems mainly. Some management information systems also started appearing, but in 1970s, the decision support systems started coming. In 1980s, end-user computing, executive information systems, and enterprise resource planning came, but all of these systems of 1960s, 70s, and 80s were without internet. They had information technology, but they did not have any internet. So these information systems resided on the people's desk, and that is where they did all of the work. But as you look at the slide number 12, in 1990s, the internet, the global networks, the intranets, the extranets came, and then the information systems actually started expanding. That is where the information there, this is the same thing that we have seen in the past two slides, how the information systems have grown in the last few decades. Excuse me. Okay, now we are moving to another very important slide. Here there are three concepts. You have to understand all three concepts very clearly. The first one is e-business, electronic business. Electronic business is the most general term that takes into account all kind of businesses which use internet technologies. So, if a business is an e-commerce business, that is also an e-business. But if a business only uses internet to track its transactions, that is also an e-business. If someone is earning money using internet, that will be an e-business. And if someone is using internet only to run their business, but the money is coming from some other source, that is also e-business. As you can see, the definition on slide number 14, use of internet technologies to empower business processes. This includes e-commerce, this includes enterprise collaboration, all of the things are e-businesses. Within e-business, one term that is called enterprise collaboration system. If two or more than two organizations use internet to communicate with each other, for example, email, to coordinate with each other, ordering goods, purchasing goods, selling goods, but the goods are physically present, coordinating their activities, collaborating their activities. For example, an organization issues a tender, another organization fills the tender and submits it, and all of this is done on the internet. This is called an enterprise collaboration system. E-commerce, on the other hand, is such kind of e-business where you earn money on the internet. You sell your goods, you buy goods, you market goods or services, products or services on the internet. That is called e-commerce. Then e-commerce has further three subcategories. One is called B2B, business to business. If one organization sells or buys from another organization, that is B2B. Then there is B2C. If on one side there is an organization and on the other side there is an individual, a person like you or me, who buy or sell goods from each other, that is B2C, business to consumer. And if on both of the sides there are individual people who sell or buy products or services, that is called C2C, consumer to consumer. These are three major categories of e-commerce. So e-commerce and enterprise collaboration systems are two subcategories of e-business. Within an organization, the role of e-business in business can be manifold. This is figure number 1.5 from your book. You will see that e-business, number one, when you look at the figure, e-business will only run when there is internet, when there is extranet. If there are no networks, there is no e-business. Within e-business can be used for supply chain management, for procurement process management, for distribution, for logistics management. These e-businesses can be used for research purposes, for engineering new goods. These can be used for customer relationship management, to manage the market, to manage the sales, to manage the customer services. E-business can be used to help in accounting, to help in finance. All of these are areas in the organization. That is what we were talking about, the business applications. These are the business applications where information systems can be used in any organization. As you see, if there are two boundaries, one is the outside boundary, the other is the inside boundary. If it is an inside boundary, it means all of the functions within the organization. Within the organization, you can use intranet. But if you have to work with outside organizations as well, that is the outside boundary, then you will need internet, extranet, because you are communicating with other organizations. So there are two boundaries. These are very important boundaries. The inside boundary has areas within the organization. The outside boundary is where inside organization is communicating with outside organizations. That is the purpose of this particular diagram. Sorry. Types of information systems, very carefully, major types of information systems are, number one, transaction processing systems. Transaction processing systems are those systems which track the sales of an organization on daily basis. Process control systems are those systems which manage the processes which an organization has. For example, purchase process, sales process, maintenance process, human resource process. These systems manage the processes. Enterprise collaboration systems we have just talked about, where an organization communicates with another organization. Management information systems help management taking decisions based on the productivity, based on the data provided by transaction processing system. Decision support systems are those kind of systems which help the senior management take decisions about the future. Executive information systems are those systems which provide summarized information to the senior management about the productivity or about the decisions that have been taken. Some other categories which are not very important: expert systems, knowledge management systems, strategic information systems, expert systems which provide expert advice without anyone asking, knowledge management systems which manage the data and information that organization has assembled and based on that produces knowledge, the hidden information. Strategic information system which provides organization with those kind of information which can help the organization taking advantage over the competitors. And then functional business systems, these are those kind of systems which can automate an organization's operations. For example, if I want to make an information system for a car manufacturing company and I make a system which can automate the assembly process, it will be called functional business system. On the other hand, if an organization has several functions, For example, a beverages company, for example, Coca-Cola. Now, Coca-Cola has several functions. It has to develop the concentrate, it has to develop the drinks, it has to refill the bottles. If I make an information system which can automate all of the cross functions, because all of these functions are interrelated with each other. If a system can cross-automate various functions, it is called cross-functional system. On the slide number 19, you have all of the systems and their hierarchy given that you can understand. These are all of the systems that we have just talked. The last two slides, the last slide of today's lecture, what are various kind of challenges? That is where we will start our next lecture, inshallah, next week. So if an organization wants to introduce an information system, what kind of challenges and opportunities lie for the people who want to introduce that information system? You have to remember that as the people responsible for introducing information systems, we will be responsible for success or failure of the system. The system will be successful if it is really effective and really efficient. And system will fail if it is not effective or it is not efficient. For successful, it has to be both. It has to be effective and it has to be efficient. For failure, if any of these two is not met, the system will fail. Now the system will fail because the people who are already working in the organization are working in a particular pattern. You have to remember that everyone resists change. So when you are going to introduce an information system, this information system will change the organization, will be making the organization effective, will be making the organization efficient. So the people who are already working there, they are tuned to a particular style of working. They will resist it. If your system will not be effective and will not be efficient, they will make every effort to destroy it. Your challenges and opportunities are, number one, IT challenges. Maybe the human resource working in the organization is not IT literate. Maybe the hardware in the organization is not that sophisticated. Maybe the organization has to buy a lot of new hardware and the organization doesn't have finances. These are IT challenges. This can help or this can destroy your system. Second, how you are going to develop your solution. The IT developments. You may be developing a system in a language which has already become old-fashioned. It doesn't meet the challenges of today. It is not that efficient. It is not that effective. It takes a lot of time to load the module. Your system will fail. If you introduce a new efficient language, your system will become successful. And IT goals, how you have planned the development of information system. If your plan is good, this is opportunity. But if your plan is flawed, it's a challenge. If you have planned good, your information system will be a successful system. If you haven't planned well, it can be a challenge and your system can be a failure in that case. So, success and failure of information system move side by side. And you have to be very careful. If you can't meet the IT challenges, if your development is not proper, your goals are not properly planned, you may end up with a system which may be non-effective, which may be inefficient, or maybe both. And then your system will fail. If all of these things are in right place, most probably your system will be successful system. In the slide number 21, the same things have been described in detail. In the slide number 22, who is going to be responsible for the failure of the system? We will be responsible for success or failure of the system. If the system fails, it is because we did not meet the challenges, we did not plan properly, we did not develop properly. That is why we failed. And if it is a successful product, it is because we did all of these three things right. So, If a system has to be successful, it has to be successful by us. And if it fails, it has to be failed by us. At the same time, for a system to be successful, we'll have to change the mindsets of the people who are going to use this computer-based information system. So we are almost halfway on our lecture. That is where we will stop today, and inshallah in the next lecture we will start further with our lecture. Before that, I will be opening your chat so that all of you can ask your questions. I have to stop all of your chat windows so that I can go to the main room. Now I am going to open the chat and you can ask your questions one by one. I will try to answer all of you. The main chat is open. You can start asking your questions. If you have a question, you can ask in the chat. Okay, now the questions are coming to me. Well, where you can find the book, I have just mentioned that the book is present. 15th edition of the book is present in PDF form. You can download it from internet. When you will find the homework, maybe the homework will be given by Blackboard. So far I have not given any assignment. I will be giving you assignments when we move to chapter 3. I don't know when you will go to university. That will be announced by the university whenever the timetable comes for face-to-face classes. That schedule will be uploaded. And then inshallah face-to-face classes or university-based classes will start. Okay, I'm going to write the name of the book in a short while at the end of my class so that you can write it. I write it in the, I will write it on the, okay, information systems are any such kind of systems which provide information to the organization. These information systems can be IT based or non-IT based. If these systems are IT based, these information systems are the systems of today. If these are non-IT based, then these are obsolete systems. If you go at the course page, I have created a section called book chapters. On that section, I have already uploaded the lecture slides of this lecture. You can download it from there. I have put the slides. I don't know how these. Yes, the lecture is recorded. This lecture will also be made available to you by the IT score team in the due course of time. The name of the book and the name of the book I will write. I try to be very slow, but when you will go through the recorded lecture, you will be able to understand properly. Since we have to cover, the last one is recorded and its recording is available on YouTube. Its recording I just saw today. Its recording is available on YouTube as well as it is available on, at least on my page, it is available here. I can see the recording. Maybe you refresh your page, you may be able to see it. Kindly go through the recording again and again. Also, I don't know, I don't think those have been deleted. Those are even this lecture, the past lecture is even present on YouTube. You can go there, SCU courses, and you can see it from there as well. So these are being made, the recordings are being made and are being made available to you as well. You may find them shortly, but I'm going to write the name. I'm going to write the name of the book, the edition and the authors. Yes, the slides are in BB book chapters. You can download these slides from there. I'm going to write the name, but I don't know from where you can find if the book has been provided to you or not. I am not aware of any face-to-face classes scheduled so far. All of these things are to be decided by the university. My work is to make you understand the content, to make you realize with whatever we are studying. If you have any confusions about what we have studied so far, kindly ask about that in the last 3 minutes so that I can clarify it. I'm again going to repeat, if you have any questions about the lecture that I have taught, you should ask that. Okay, it seems all of you have understood the lecture. That is very good thing. I'm sorry, Mona, but I'm trying my best to make all of you realize the concepts. If you have queries, if you kindly email me the queries. What's the difference between information system and IT? I just mentioned information technology is information technology. It can be used in information system, it can be used in other systems as well. IT is information technology, IS is information systems. I don't know from where you can buy the book, that will be told to you by the university. Slide number 10, very important question. I move to slide number 10 and I see what is in the slide number 10. It is the case study. In this case study, they have told how information systems help the organization. In this case study, it has been shown that with the help of information system, the Welch organization has been able to help their customers as well as help their business. The purpose of this subject, yes, Banin, information systems need IT in today's world to become successful. If information systems don't use information technology today, they will become failed because they will not be effective and they will not be efficient. That is important thing to remember. Yes, if the blackboard is giving you homework, you have to solve it. I'm going to write the name of the book now because our time is coming to an end. You have any queries, you will email me your queries now. I'm going to write the name of the book here on blackboard and my email address as well, both, so you can have both of the things, and then we will conclude our today's lecture. I'm going to write the name of the book now. Just wait for a few moments before the name starts appearing. Does anyone amongst you know what is the price of Blackboard system today, the system that we are using? This Blackboard system was sold last year for $1.6 billion. So you can see this is an information system, because here we are explaining. Someone just asked what is the use of learning this system, this course. the use of learning this course is to understand how information systems, $1.6 billion, $1.6 billion is the worth of this particular system. Not million, billion. Yes, it is $billion system. I hope now it will start getting clear for all of you to understand. I don't know, well, no matter how good the system is, it is still, you can see how many problems this system has. Now, I must tell you that 15th edition of this book is available in PDF form on internet. You can easily find it. No homework from me, but perhaps there is some homework for you that Blackboard has given. If the Blackboard has given you some homework, you can easily do that homework based on the slides that I have put on the Blackboard, as well as the slides that we have studied, and you can easily do that homework. I hope there are no more queries. I really appreciate your patience, and you are taking this class so seriously. I hope, yes, it will be okay. 16th or 15th, both edition will be okay. Thank you so much for attending the class. Thank you so much for understanding the concept. From next class, we'll move further ahead. I hope it was a good class and you understood. If you have any confusion still, you can email me anytime. Thank you so much. We will stop recording this course now.
تم إيقاف التسجيل.